I brought a goose over to one of the parties here, and Joe and Jason had it, and it may have been the Super Bowl party.
Oh, okay.
And remember we had all those sours. That's when we're still into sours, but that's when we were like,
when are we not into
sours?
sours?
Because we kind of found out that I think Joe is not a sour fan.
No, it did not seem that way.
Jason, I think, appreciates them a little bit.
Yeah.
And you and I love them.
Yeah.
But one of them that I brought over was that St. Louis Fond Goose, and that Eric had given me one, and I drank it, and then I bought one because Total Wine carries it. So the Goose is a blend of 3 different 8-year aged beers.
Oh,
like
okay.
usually
So
like
the
12
Goose
year,
is a blend.
24 year, 36
The
year.
thing we have today
is not.
It's a
style.
It's not. It's a
rare
style unto it's a rare style unto itself.
Yeah,
and
we've
it's,
done this style before.
And is a little getting back to the heritage here, right?
Yeah,
Germany.
the German
in Germany. That's
since 1738.
Wow. So that's just like it was yesterday.
Yes. Time passes quickly when you're having fun.
That's what we have for this Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage we are about today is the Ritterguts. I know I'm pronouncing that poorly.
I'm sure you are.
Ritterguts.
There's probably something like that in there.
Gose.
This is where we could really use our mom right now.
That's right.
Because
she should be here.
She would know the pronunciation of that.
And magically bionic hip and all.
That's right.
She could be here helping us out.
She could leap tall buildings in a single
That's
bound.
right. And pronouncing German words for us.
That's right.
While waving her cane in our faces. Oh, wait. No, hopefully she won't do
She
that.
probably doesn't need that anymore
I
by
hope
now
not.
at this point.
So I saw her a couple days ago. She still had it, but she's moving around quite well.
Yeah. Well, I took her to her appointment today. And
Oh, you went today?
Yeah,
Okay.
I did.
And?
Yeah, good.
No
Everything's
cane?
going good. Yeah, on and off with some different things, but yeah, doing really. It's impressive. Not just the technology, but just the. Bless you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, not just the technology, but just how well she's doing with all of it.
I know.
It's pretty awesome. So
It's good. Looking forward to that.
Shout out to our mom, but we'll get back to the beer here at
Yes,
hand.
here we go.
We have the thing I keep mispronouncing.
Gose.
See, and I even mispronounce.
It's a Gose.
It's a Gose. That's right. I ain't afraid to know.
Gose?
Thank you.
Gose Buster?
I'm a Gose Buster.
Put a little X, a little line across
Yeah, a
it.
little line across it.
This
But-
beer in a circle with a line.
line
No,
across
but
it.
I like, we've had one on the podcast of this style.
We
but
have?
It was the Sam Adams Verloren.
That's right. We did.
Yes, because I had read about this style actually a few years back in Imbibe.
Oh.
And I was very intrigued by the way they described it, because they described that it's a saltier, spicy like coriander and some lemon peel and orange peel, or variations thereof. And it's a style that isn't that you don't find too often, especially here in the United States. And this actually is made in Germany. I bought it at Tap and Bottle a couple of weeks ago. Eric
I need to get down to that place. I hear that place is awesome.
They actually want to do a podcast with us.
Ooh.
So they want us to
All right.
come down like on a Sunday.
Oh, that would be cool.
And set up and sit around and drinking beer and recording.
That would be awesome. I would
So
love to do
whenever
that.
we want to. We just basically have
we
to
could be actually fairly mobile. That
set
would not
up.
be
So
a problem.
that was the only thing I was wondering, is how mobile we were. But
we can be fairly mobile if we just want to do audio, and even video is not too bad either. But
So.
just depend. They could maybe pick some different selections of things that they want to talk about, or take us through a certain line. That would be awesome.
it can be all about the T&B.
I like that.
Oh, yeah.
Do they have bumper stickers?
All about T&B? No, that's
Do they
the
have
title of our
Do they have a line of cars?
T&B?
I don't know. They get that for
Oh,
the
for the-
license plate, little personalized plate.
Eventually, they're having a lot of success
All
down
about
there.
T&B.
But
So that's where you got
Eric,
this?
Yeah, Eric Gasson, friend of the show and participant of the show, and wants to be on another show. So,
I know. If he'll ever bring us that gin.
that's true. He's had this, and he said, "Oh, you got to try it." There was only one bottle left, so
And he
I
gave
grabbed
to you?
it.
Even
well,
after what
he'd
you
already
did to
had
him?
it. Yeah, but at least I'm not the only one to do that to him. Because recently, you talking about the Pliny incident? Yeah. No,
Pliny
because
incident.
recently he asked another coworker of mine went to California. She and her husband Amy and Claude, who I just mentioned. Claude, who's now watching our show, maybe he'll watch this one. They actually sought some Pliny out, bought 3 or 4 of them, but then drank them that night, and then they went back to get more. There was no more to be purchased.
They drank 3 or 4 Pliny in one evening?
Yes.
Wow, that's awesome.
No, I don't know if it may have been, but they're legendary.
I like that they enjoy a good beer like
they,
that.
Oh
That's
yeah,
awesome.
oh they enjoyed it, and
That's
they
really
went back
cool.
to get more and couldn't. So we were the first, but not the only person to deny Eric his Pliny the Elder beer. But so Eric he said, "Oh, you should grab it and try it." And we've had that style. I've read about this style, but I haven't actually had one from Germany. So looking
This is
forward
the real
to this.
deal.
This is it
Because we were disappointed by the Sam Adams one, as we tend to be.
Well, I wasn't. I actually bought 4 of those, I think. I was not
of that beer.
of that Gose, yeah.
Really?
The Verloren,
Okay,
yeah,
all
yeah.
right.
I
Then it
had
was this
3 or
guy
4. Yeah, I liked it because to me it reminded me kind of like of eating pretzels and drinking a beer all together because it was the salty and it had that sort of. I liked it, but I'm looking forward to the traditional
As you
actual
want
style.
to do.
What's that?
As you want to do, eat pretzels
Yeah.
and have beer in your mouth at the same time.
I do love pretzels and beer.
Pretzels are good.
Can't beat that.
Did you mention what is the cost on this?
I can't remember. It was right in that $7 to $8 range,
Okay.
I believe.
Oh, wow. That's very
so yeah, it
reasonable then.
wasn't bad.
Okay.
And 4.2% alcohol, so kind of a lower alcohol content.
A sessionable Gose?
Sessionable Gose.
Okay.
Hey, you got it right.
I did. I finally remembered. Although I almost wanted to say, because my favorite name of not this beer, but of other beers is the Duck Goose.
Duck Goose.
That's just too
yeah,
funny.
That's
I've never had it. But
legendary status on that one.
Yeah.
Too.
Ooh. Gurgle, gurgle, gurgle.
Well, when you come all the way from Germany, it can happen.
That's right.
You can gurgle a little bit. Oh,
It's dark.
It's darker than I thought. But you know what? It's about the color of the ones we had. But this almost has like a grayish or brownish backdrop to it.
Totally agree. Yeah,
It's got
like
the
I said,
yellow,
there is like
orange, or it's got the the golden, but there's like a
this is more golden, and then it's a little more into almost
like an earth tone.
Yeah,
or like like a gray.
Yeah, totally agree.
Just some citrus is what I get from that.
I get citrus, but for some reason, what hit me actually first was there's some like briny olive in there. There's some definitely not of the sea, like not sea spray, seaweedy fish, like not that kind of thing.
Right.
It's definitely more like a brine of like I said, like olives came to mind just because like there is then a fruit component or some other thing going on in there. That smells really good.
The salty goodness.
Little some other just light kind of nondescript spices in there as well. Probably the coriander that you mentioned or some other different things like that. Wow. That smells really good. Cheers.
To Germany we go. That continues to reveal itself.
It does.
You get the sour. There's a little funk. You get the salt. Then things kind of spread out. It almost gets savory in a way.
Yeah,
it's almost.
It gets so savory. It actually wraps under the tongue.
Yeah,
and that salt then
absolutely
almost makes my mouth water a little bit. But you feel it kind of wrap under, and it gets a little umami. Maybe.
Yeah.
Dare I throw that?
It's
out?
almost. It's very deli sandwich to me almost, but.
And I don't know how it
there's that
happened,
little
but the
bit of-
temperature I think on this is perfect. It's a little bit warmer actually,
it has warmed up a little bit,
which is nice.
It has some. The carbonation is tight on that one too. Not as tight as a recent beer that we tried, the Saison Diego, but it has it on the front of the tongue. There's a little focus, but you could easily gulp that as you
could.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to just because the flavors are so amazing.
Yeah, the flavors are good.
That is a really complex style beer, man. I love that. And actually, do you know what the one thing we didn't mention in this whole bit, or at least I don't remember? Do you pick up any real spices in the taste?
No.
I don't get too much of anything at all. Like everything else that you mentioned, I completely get.
Yeah.
But those other, and it was a fairly light hint, but usually you still get that in the flavor. I don't get any of that. It's all about the nice little sharp sour in the middle of that lemon kind of citrus and savory and salty and just all those things. And the little...
That's quite good.
That's quite delicious.
That is
really good.
Yeah.
Thing we don't talk about too often, but I think is apropos because you're usually fairly good with this. Like, so if we were having this on an evening, like what kind of talk about some foods maybe that might go well with this. I mean, we always throw out cheese. That's always a good one. I'm trying to picture, like I said, because to me this is not a beer to have with a meal in any way. To me, for some reason, I associate this more with like
snacking?
Nice light snacks of options, and like just because I'm going to be sipping it and savoring it, so I don't want to be wrestling into some big kind of meal. To me, it seems more like a cheese beer. Maybe actually some smoked salmon or something like that. If you had that on crackers, something, maybe a little fish that could go with the brine. If you had something,
I think
like
you
that.
could match it with some saltiness because it's not. I think the salt just sort of it brings up the flavor. You're
Sure.
not necessarily tasting salt. Whereas the Sam Adams Gose, I actually thought I was like chewing on a pretzel.
Yeah, it was
where
way too much.
this I don't get that.
No.
So I think you could match this with some, like a meat and cheese platter, or some pretzels, maybe with a little mustard, like a soft pretzel.
Oh, that soft pretzel, like
With
one of
some
the ones you
mustard.
get. Yeah, that would be.
Or
good.
even like you mentioned before, like olives. You could,
Yeah.
If that was a part of the platter, have some olives.
Yeah, exactly. Like maybe even like what is it? The Greek olives. I always forget what they're called. The
Kalamata.
Kalamata olives, something like that. Maybe might go good if you've got that with a nice cheese.
It would go good with a sandwich though. Maybe a Reuben.
Yeah, that would be
Because
tasty.
you have the sauerkraut on there. That would match. So now you're staying sort of. I know it's a country. We're not necessarily. I don't know where the sauerkraut originated, but that would Germany, and so now
I
you're
stand
kind of
corrected. That would be delicious.
Kind of
wow, Reuben sandwich would be
pretty good with that. So
if you could leave the rye bread off. I don't know why I don't like rye bread that much. I almost fight through rye bread just to enjoy the Reuben. I love everything else on the Reuben. There's something about that rye I just am not.
Well, maybe
but I like rye beer. So who knows?
Maybe a milder rye. Not like a dark rye.
Yeah, usually I always think of like a marble rye. Or something. It's always just a little.
Yeah, no, I could see that. I mean, I like the marble, but yeah,
I like pea soup, but I don't like peas. I like not to make a Seinfeld reference, but that's what I feel
we're all about Seinfeld there.
Yeah, but
Amy and Claude and some other friends they just went and saw Seinfeld in Las Vegas.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Is he like now? Is he taking over for Elton John and all the people?
Celine
there?
Dion.
Hello,
Celine Dion.
Hello, Celine Dion.
Does that mean I won't be able to live any longer?
Wow, that was South Park reference.
I know.
Too good.
Oh, hey, we're all.
Well,
over
this
it.
is
It's good.
This is a great example. Great suggestion by Eric. All the way. This is a home run to me. This is. If someone asked me what this style should taste like, this is now what I would envision.
Hopefully, our friends down at Tap and Bottle, Scott and Rebecca, will continue to carry this.
Yeah, it's
because I will pick up another one.
It is year round. I would definitely come down and get one of these. So
Yeah.
it's not something that it's a seasonal thing, but
Yeah.
definitely hard to find. A lot of these kind of beers, they are more difficult to find. But
Nice 4.2% too, so you could
that's awesome.
enjoy
You
a
actually
few of
could
those.
enjoy this whole bottle.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
And what's just as awesome, not just all the things we're talking about here, but also all the stuff we have at the website at AboutBeverages.com. And while you're there, you can definitely check out the tasting notes for this beer, along with where it hits on our recommendation scale, which you can probably tell is going to be pretty high. It's going to be bigger than a 0. It's going to be bigger than a 0.
Yeah.
Way bigger. And definitely while you're there, become a fan of us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter, because that's definitely where we will be usually mentioning other beers that we have throughout the week that we don't get to podcast on.
Or articles. If I find beverage-related articles, I'll tweet links to those.
Actually, that's been very nice. You've usually been passing them along to me anyway, but I've flipped through our feed before, and all of a sudden I'll see. I'm like, ooh, I didn't get to read that one. Some different things. So that's good. And sometimes too, we do a lot of beers, but we do enjoy wines and other things too. And that's sometimes a good place to go is the drink database. That's where you can find little additional thoughts, some expanded notes, pricing, all that kind of stuff. And handy around the holidays as you're looking for things to bring over. You can look through the archives at seasonal things that are still around. You can flip through, and I definitely have done that on more than one occasion.
Compare our notes.
That's right. Yeah. But whether we like it or not,
You should give it a shot.